it is with mixed emotions that I post today. I've got joy and gratitude and a very heavy heart that my former boss, my mentor, and really my friend, Senator Kohl, passed away yesterday. And I wanted to take a moment to just honor and recognize and celebrate him and all that he did, not only for the constituents he served and all the people he touched, but also how he impacted my life in a deeply, deeply meaningful and personal way. I was 28 or 29 when the senator reached out asking if I would run his office in Madison. And I said, oh gosh, no, Senator, you do not want me. I had just come off of the presidential campaign. I was doing national advance and had spent 38 days in Florida doing the recount, and I was exhausted. I was done with politics. And he took me out for dinner and to the Bucks game. And I realized that all of the things that I was done with politics, all of those, like just the negative characteristic traits and the egos and the conflict, all of that, he was none of it. He was like this kind, gentle, almost shy, genuine, compassionate, authentic person. And so I told him that I would give him 6 months. I said, I'll run the office until, and then help you find a director. And 6 months turned into 12 years. And I stayed because of who he was as a person and how he treated people. The senator, well, let me just say, I came in and I was all about like, get it done, type A, make agendas, have goals, plans, and accountability and success and results. And I would have expected the same from a man who was the president and CEO of the Kohl's Corporation, who owned the Milwaukee Bucks, who was a US senator. And I was absolutely blown away by the fact that he led with a focus and a value on relationships and putting people first above any goal or policy or ego. I saw it personally, firsthand, from the moment I first met him and for the next 12 years until the day I shut down his office on January 2nd, 2013. I would pick him up at the airport and he'd get in the car and he'd look at me. How are you, Darcy? How are the kids? How are the girls? How's the family? And the first half of the trip to wherever we were going was focused on conversation, connection, relationship. Eventually, at some point, he would then say, okay, where are we going? Who am I talking to? What am I supposed to say? If you were in the audience, Darcy, what would you want me to say? What would you want to hear? What would be important to you? And then inevitably, his state director would be in the back seat and she'd say, Senator, some media outlet wants to interview you this afternoon about a policy or a resolution or you name it. And he'd say, I'm not the best person to talk on that. That's dealing with fill in the blank, housing issues or, whatever it was. He's like, they should really talk to, and then he'd fill in the blank. That person would be able to speak to it from the heart better than I could. He just didn't grandstand. he was always looking to put other people first. And he invested in me in such a deep way. And I will say that who I am today as an entrepreneur and a business owner and a person was guided by Herb Kohl. He taught me how to put people first. He taught me the value of relationships. I went in, when I shut down his office and launched my business, I was so nervous. And I remember telling him, I don't have an MBA. I didn't go to Harvard, both of which he did. I'm not a businesswoman. And he said, Darcy, you're going to be successful because you care about people and because you follow through and you're good on your word. That trumps any degree. And that I held in my heart, not only through launching my business in the first couple of years when I was trying to get established, but when John was arrested, the senator reached out and he took me to dinner and he said, how are you? What do you need? And we stayed at dinner for hours, and he just had a big heart, and he put his effort in the right places. And that taught me so much. And I'm embarrassed to say that was not my default. That was not, where I started. But I can say, thanks to him, it's where I'm at today. So as we close out this year, it was my year of celebration. I am celebrating Senator Kohl and all he was to the teachers, the students, those who were less fortunate, even those on the other side of the aisle. I can't tell you how many times that I had people say, I don't agree with everything that Senator Kohl does, and I'm in the different political party, but I have so much respect for him. And one last quick story I'll share is how many times would I be at an event on his behalf? He'd be in DC, so they would get me for a troop welcome home ceremony or a stamp unveiling or whatever it was, a town hall meeting. And I would have so many examples of people telling me stories about the senator. And one of my favorites was there would be these little old ladies who would say, Darcy, I worked for the Kohl's grocery stores. And every week the senator, there were 30 stores, or I don't remember how many, but every week he would visit our store. And I would say, oh, Myrtle, Herb is coming. Put your sweater on. And we put our sweaters on or our jackets to cover our name tags. And he would come in and he'd say, how you doing, Myrtle? How's Joe? How's your husband? How are the kids? We would test him, and he knew our names. He knew our lives. He knew our kids. He knew me as a person. That's what I'm celebrating today. Thank you so much for letting me share. I'm so grateful. And I hope that you all are able to celebrate those in your lives who have made an impact on you, and mentors, leaders, friends. Happy New Year. Thank you.